Good evening, folks. I'm student meteorologist Dylan Leaf here.
And I'm Jennifer Collins, and welcome to this Monday edition of FSU Weather. I forgot the date today.
It is, I honestly just forgot the date too, as you asked me.
It's February 25th, everyone.
Thank you.
We are closing in on the end of February, and things are starting to get a little bit chillier than what we've seen, but later on in the week, we're actually going to see a lot more rain in the forecast.
Yeah, and a bit of warmth too. I mean, this morning I woke up, threw on some shorts, walked outside, go, oof. This might be a mistake because it was 50 degrees. Then by the afternoon, it was honestly nice and comfortable. Yes,
it actually, this morning, I know I had to put on I had to put on a layer or two before I walked out of the house. But then, as we got into the afternoon, it started to clear up, and it was actually a very, very beautiful Monday across the Tallahassee area. So
yeah, we had a great sunset last night. If folks saw on our Instagram, we posted a picture there.
Yes.
So just absolute gorgeous conditions last night into tonight, past that front yesterday.
Yes, so overall, things are feeling a lot better, but we are going to see a warm front making its way up from the south, which is going to increase our rain chances heading into the rest of this week. We're going to see a lot more of the pop-up showers here and there, as well as a lot of cloud cover heading throughout the rest of the week. So that peak we saw this weekend into some nicer weather, It's not going to really stick around for a while.
No, folks who wanted to go out to the beach during this week missed their chance on Saturday.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous conditions for
Yes.
that. Honestly, not too bad. But now it's time for some rain because we got rain here in Florida, and that's all we're about.
Yeah, so we're actually going to send things over to Sloan. She's going to give us a look at what's happening throughout the show today.
Thanks. As y'all mentioned, it has been a beautiful day today, 69 degrees right now. We were in the 70s earlier, mostly cloudy, but we had no showers here in Tallahassee. For the rest of the Big Bend region, we see those clouds in Valdosta and Tallahassee, but clear skies everywhere else with temperatures sticking throughout the 60s right now, so a nice beautiful sunset in our picture. We see a few showers coming onshore down there at East Point. They're expected to linger on and off throughout the evening, especially those clouds coming throughout much of the Big Bend region. But then tonight, clouds in the picture, that rain down there at Apalachicola, temperature sticking to the lower 50s and higher 40s, but a beautiful evening nonetheless. For waking up tomorrow, 57 degrees, chilly start again, heating up to about 65 with the rain chances coming through, and then headlines for the rest of the show, beautiful spring-like day today, but rain chances increase midweek and the next cold front this weekend. But for now, I'm going to pass things to Jennifer.
Yes, and as we take a look at what's happening around the southeast, we're looking at some nice, comfortable temperatures across most areas. We're actually seeing nice 70 degrees across the regions of South Florida, looking at 80 degrees for portions of South Florida, including Key West, as well as 70 degrees in Orlando. So overall, things are feeling very, very comfortable across the southeast. 60 degrees for Charleston, as well as 59 degrees over in Jackson, Mississippi. Looking at dew points, they are quite low across the region. 20s across the map for portions of the southeast, as well as looking at higher dew points as we head on more south into South Florida. They're reaching up into the 50s across the map. So overall, we are seeing a lot higher dew points well towards the south, but cooler dew points up towards the north, so it does feel a little less humid when you walk outside. I know my hair loves the lower dew points because it keeps the humidity and frizz down a lot. Looking at humidities, with that dew point being so low, we'll see the humidity levels low as well, into the 20% for most areas of the southeast. The only higher spots are in South Florida, where the dew points are in the 70s. So looking at the water vapor, we do have a lot of water, a lot of upper level moisture in portions of this Gulf Coast, as well as heading on to Louisiana. That is increasing the rain for those areas as well. So that's why when we look at the satellite and radar, we start to see a lot of rain heading on to areas like Houston and into Louisiana as well. But most areas of the southeast are staying fairly dry, especially portions like Tallahassee heading on into Jacksonville as well, and just some pop-up showers in portions of South Florida. The winds are flowing out of the east for most of the region, which is keeping the dew points quite low. However, with that Gulf moisture pushing in towards areas of Louisiana, that's another reason why they're seeing some rain. But we do have that high pressure sticking in place for portions of the east coast, which is going to keep the dew points down and clear skies heading into tonight. As we head into tomorrow morning, we'll start to see the clouds increasing and also the rain chances across some areas of the southeast, especially portions of central Florida. Areas like Tampa heading on to Orlando could see a chance of some showers in the afternoon, including portions of the Gulf Coast like Louisiana. Your storm outlook for tomorrow, we do have a marginal risk for some severe weather in portions of New Orleans heading on to the west into Houston as well. Just thunderstorms ranging from most areas of the southeast and Gulf Coast states, however. But with that marginal risk, there is a slight chance for a severe weather. For tonight's forecast across the region, we're looking at the upper 40s for portions of the Gulf Coast states, 43 degrees for Atlanta as well as 45 for Jackson, Mississippi. The cool spot is Little Rock, Arkansas. They're looking at temperatures of 35. And the warmer areas are in South Florida with 72 degrees in Miami for tomorrow. And tomorrow is going to be a nice day for portions of the southeast, including Atlanta heading on to Charleston. But we are going to see a lot more cloud cover and rain chances heading on to the southern Gulf Coast states. 73 degrees here in Tallahassee as well as 72 degrees in Tampa. They do have the chance for some rain in those areas. I'm going to pass things off to Dylan for a look at the local forecast.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. If we look outside, honestly, not a bad sunset, not as good compared to yesterday. It was absolutely gorgeous. I missed it, saw pictures of it, but this isn't a bad sunset, and as it sunsets just a bit, we'll see even more beautiful skies come from this. As you look at our current conditions outside, we're starting to cool down. We got up into the 70s, now we're down to 69, and we're going to keep this cooling trend, but the clouds are coming back into our area with mostly cloudy conditions outside right now. And throughout much of the region, that's the same story, though there are some spots where some clearer skies and they're cooling just a little bit quicker right now. 64 degrees in Apalachicola, over into Quincy, 66 degrees and clear skies. These are going to start setting and turn into moons, but right now in our dew points, it's a lot drier outside. As Michael said, it felt fresher today. It honestly does because it's just not as muggy and as moist. The atmosphere isn't hugging you. It's kind of dry, not too bad, but long term this, you might have some chapped lips and might want to bring out the chapstick, but short term, not too bad for now. And as we see these surface winds, not a bad breeze outside as well, 8 miles per hour in Tallahassee. The winds coming out of the north, not bringing in moisture into our area, so not bad conditions nevertheless. And as you're going on your morning commute tomorrow, waking up to 53 degrees, might need a light jacket, might need a raincoat too, because you do have the chance of showers coming in, partly cloudy conditions, and a light breeze too, making it feel just a tad colder as your morning commute. As we get into the forecast though, as we wake up in the morning, you have those showers come in, those winds dominantly out of the east, so still not bringing moisture for our area, but as we get into Tuesday evening, those rain chances ramp up just a bit as that warm front starts to make its way north. And then as we get into Wednesday morning and Wednesday afternoon, that's when you have the big chance of showers, getting to those 60s and 70% chances throughout much of the region. So you're definitely going to want to have your rain jacket for then if you don't already have one. Then clears out just a bit into Wednesday evening. Tomorrow, seeing 73 degrees and cloudy, you're going to want to have that rain jacket. You see the rain puddle over here. Well, it might be an off or on shower, not too congested and not too confined, just a spotty shower or two that can come up out of nowhere. So we want to have that. And again, another warmish day for this time of year at 73 degrees. And if you want to plan out your day, waking up to cool temperatures and those rain chances coming into our forecast by the noon to 4 o'clock hours is really the greatest chance. And as we get into your next 7 days, you have those rain chances tomorrow with 20%, but then we ramp up drastically into Wednesday with 50% chance of showers, and those thunderstorms are possible then as you get some more strong lightning is possible with this, and warming up just a bit. And then after that into Thursday, we have those rain chances dropping down just a tad bit at 40% chance of rain. And then you get warm up again just a bit to 79 on Friday. But then Sunday is when another cold front comes and we get some relief. But now let's talk about winds, Salone and Jennifer.
Yeah, as we've been seeing, there's been high wind advisories for much of the northeast today and as far south as Washington, D.C.
Yes, most portions of the northeast have seen a lot stronger winds heading into today, as there is a high pressure that's moving into the region, bringing in a lot of those northerly winds. And it is very, very strong across most areas in the northeast. Damaging winds, they are toppling a few trees there, even some power outages have been reported. But overall, much of the northeast does have those wind advisories, which you'll get into in the national.
Yeah, and with these winds, they're having wind chills like into the negatives for a few of them, some of them into the teens and into like the 1 to 10 range as well. So very cold up there, especially in like Vermont and Maine, where they've been getting a lot of snow lately.
Yes, but even though they had the stronger winds, they did have a lot of sunshine heading into today with that high pressure that moved into the region. Some portions did see some lake effect snow, but that is very common during this time of the year.
I was really surprised to see that a lot of schools were out today, because I've never, like being from up north, I've never had school out for strong winds.
Yeah, that's something interesting. I know if there were a few reports of some damage at a few schools, but overall,
some loose tiles coming off. if like there's stuff on, like the trash cans would normally topple over during this time as well, especially in parks. Washington, D.C. has a ton of state parks, so a little damage there, but
I know about a week ago there was actually portions of the Midwest, they actually put out an advisory for keeping your small pet inside because of the high winds, which is something I heard about last week. I wonder if they put out any advisories in the Northeast for
Well, they're making the advisories right now. I saw one the other day for during the snow because a lot of people let their pets out in the snow. They lose them for a bit, then they're calling their name and they see like the dog like jumping up and down trying to get through.
Well, it's good to think about Fido during this time of the year, putting a bit of advisories out for them. But that's that's something to look about. But they'll keep with the winter weather heading into the Northeast for the next few days, as we will have those stronger winds pushing on into this night.
The advisories are starting to die down a bit, though. I know a few of them have been canceled, especially for Maryland and Washington, D.C., but a few of the ones further up north are still active, so just be cautious if you're going around.
And a lot of coastal regions as well, and boating with those as well. But we're actually going to send things off for a look at the National with Sloan. She's going to tell us a bit about what's going on up there.
So we do see this divide in the country where temperatures are a bit cooler and a bit warmer. We see Bismarck up there at 2 degrees, but Billings -5 degrees, and they have some snow in their future over the next few days. Clouds here and there, but sunshine is a big source. You see the sun is out in a lot of areas, but as a nation, we're fairly dry. Dew points -11 at Billings. That is lower than their actual temperature of -2. And 29 in Denver, but we look down at San Antonio where they've been receiving a lot of rain lately, some showers on and off, causing them to have a bit more moisture, and especially South Florida, the peninsula of the state, having winds from both sides bringing that moisture on shore. If we look at the satellite radar, we see some showers coming on shore from the west coast, especially in San Francisco, which is causing the snow to be in the forecast for Billings over the next few days. And then down there in the southeast, south of Houston and Louisiana, we see that Gulf moisture coming into effect, causing there to be those showers forming. We see this dry air behind the showers here, causing them to dry out for the next few days, but opening up for showers as well, because much of the southeast will have showers throughout the week. And then into the northwest, we see the clouds moving towards Billings, moving away from Denver into the Great Lake region, which might open them up for some lake effect snow. Surface winds, we see these high winds, 24 in Boston. Jennifer and I did mention Washington, D.C. Their winds starting to die down a bit more, but the gusts up there in Boston are about 50 to 60 mile per hour. And when you see the snow coming to from much of the northeast, especially along the Canadian and American border, but the wind advisories are in effect. So if you are going to be outside, as Jennifer said, make sure you watch out for your small pets. And then winter weather advisories due to that cold front that's been moving through that area. So again, blizzard warning too. Wow, it's a big one. So if you're going to be outside, be sure that you have chains on your car if you have four-wheel drive, just to take those extra precautionary. Satellite and radar for the northwest shows the showers coming onshore. We're going to talk about the rainfall amounts that they're going to receive, but some snow up there in the Washington area, and especially as the storm begins to move towards the east, opening up the rest of the region to some form of precipitation. We have winter storm warnings for there as well, and then we see the heaviest of rain down there. There's going to be some flood warnings in effect because some areas are expected to see 10 to 12 inches of rain, as we see noted by the rainfall potential image. And if we take graphic issue, we're going to look at tonight's forecast. Some rain in sight for the southeast and the west coast. We're going it below freezing, and then tomorrow rain is in for much of the side of the southeast and the west coast with cloud covers as well. But for now, I'm going to pass things off to Jennifer to take a look at home.
Thank you, Sloan. And as we take a look at what's going on across the Tallahassee area, we're looking at nice partly cloudy skies to end out our day with that nice way to end out our day with that sunset. 69 degrees right now across the Tallahassee area. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies across the region with that northeast wind at around 9 miles per hour. Overall, we're keeping things fairly comfortable across the region with low dew points, which is keeping us very dry as well, which is pretty nice for the beginning of for the end of February as well. 69 degrees here in Tallahassee, 63 degrees in Thomasville, and 64 degrees in Apalachicola. But we are keeping with mostly partly cloudy as well as clear skies across the region, so things are feeling very comfortable across the Tallahassee area because these dew points are so low. With dew points in the 30s, even some 20s across the map, we are keeping those humidity levels down, so when you walk outside, it doesn't feel humid at all. It feels quite dry. In fact, your skin may feel a little bit drier when you head outside. With these winds coming in out of the east, they are blowing at around 6 to 8 miles per hour across the region, 9 miles per hour in Perry. With these winds, they are bringing a little bit drier conditions for us, as we do have a high pressure system located just onto the east coast. So it is bringing these winds, which is keeping us very dry across the region. However, we are seeing some rain that is going to impact the region heading into the next few days. This is we do have a lot of rain for most of the Gulf Coast states, keeping fairly dry for the Tallahassee area, but as we get into the next few days, we'll start to see the rain patterns increase quite a bit. But for the Tallahassee area heading into tonight, we'll keep things fairly dry, not a raindrop on site for the satellite and radar right now. Looking into tomorrow morning, we are going to expect some showers heading into tonight, and when you wake up tomorrow morning, you may see a pop of shower here and there, but overall it's going to be fairly cloudy when you wake up tomorrow morning. And heading into the afternoon, we are going to keep that 20% chance of rain across the region, which we could see a pop-up shower here and there across the area as well. And again, showers heading into Wednesday afternoon as well. So we are going to keep the rain chances in the mix heading throughout the rest of this week. For tomorrow morning, 53 degrees when you wake up tomorrow morning. Like I said, it's going to be fairly cloudy when you walk outside, so make sure you keep your rain jacket on hand as well, because we may see a pop-up shower here and there across the region. For tomorrow's forecast, 73 degrees for the high for tomorrow afternoon, 74 in Bainbridge as well as 66 degrees in Apalachicola. They may see a shower or two in the coastal areas as well. When you wake up tomorrow morning, 57 degrees with cloudy skies, but we are going to increase the rain chances quite a bit as we get into the afternoon. Your afternoon high is 71 degrees. And look at your 7-day forecast, 20% chance of rain for Tuesday. We're increasing the rain chance quite a bit heading into Wednesday. We do have the chance for showers across the region, and keeping that rain chances as we head into the later half of the week. About 40% chance for Friday. And into the weekend, probably not the best beach weekend with those 40% chance of rain as well as 60% chance of rain for Sunday. So we are going to keep those higher temperatures in the mix as well.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about this big event that happened in Columbus, Mississippi this past weekend, and how the EF scale works with the National Weather Service and how we scale tornadoes and what it means for you guys.
Yes, so the EF scale basically, they have damage indicators, and there's 28 damage indicators. They range from trees all the way up to big buildings and houses. Residential
areas, school buildings, different things that act different under different wind speeds to see how the wind affects them specifically.
Yes, and with those damage indicators, you also have the degree of damage, and that indicates basically what type of damage is inflicted onto those damage indicators. And with those degree of damage, basically have it so that you have like no damage to a building, or you have complete damage to any sort of property.
Yeah, it can range something for like the branches on a tree have fallen off, the roof on the house is gone, the upper level, the upstairs doors are gone. Different things that indicate, well, if I got a wind speed of X miles per hour, we're going to see this kind of damage for that. And there's 3 different levels of it too.
Yes, there's the greatest damage. Basically, you have expected. So this also ranges with building properties. So if the building is up to code, then you can expect higher winds associated with that. Whereas if a house isn't really to code, you can expect the lower end of the wind damage.
Yeah, one of the examples that is told often is the straight nails, where it's if you nail something in straight down, just any bit of force to pull that up really pulls it up quick. The option to prevent damage from those houses is to toe nail them, where it's you have nails that come in at an angle, or a clip, as mentioned before.
Yes, and with these ranging scales, you can actually indicate what kind of tornado event could have happened. So you have the enhanced Fujita scale, which can tell you exactly what wind speeds there are in the tornado. And using the degree of damage, you can basically estimate what kind of event there was, whether it was an EF0, an EF1, or an EF2.
Yeah, it's hard to find data for tornadoes as they pop up just very instantly, and people aren't necessarily there when they pop up.
Yes.
So using these indicators is a good way to tell what it was.
Yeah.
And for that tornado outbreak that was in Mississippi, that was an EF3, which is a 138 mile per hour or greater 3-second wind gust. Sorry.
Yes, and we're grateful for our friends at the National Weather Service who go out and survey these properties as well. They're the sole reason why we can expect these wind damages.
Yeah, but I'm going to take a look at Florida and look at how hot it is outside. Oh, that's not Florida. That's the 7-day. The 7-day, though, reminiscent of everywhere else in Florida, that looks like a summer 7-day for sure. And as we look at the rest of the state of Florida, though, it is warm everywhere except North Florida because, you know, we got to stand out here in North Florida and be a little cooler. Down over in Miami, they're seeing 76 degrees. It's kind of warm for this time of year. Here in Tallahassee, seeing 69 and starting to cool off just a bit. As we get into our dew points, there's a fine line of where you got some dry air here in Tallahassee and North Florida and some moist air down in South Florida. They want to participate in summer, and they're going to keep this pattern for the next couple of days, especially with this warm front coming through and warming things up just a bit. As we look down at South Florida, the radar is being a little finicky, and that's why it just appears the rain comes out of nowhere. But you do have some rain showers, these afternoon sea breeze, as Michael would call it, showers down there. It is starting to feel like summer to them. And as we go into tomorrow, they're going to see a lot of the same warm conditions and rain showers sticking around. Moving up, though, to North Florida, Jacksonville seeing clear skies for now. Not upper-level clouds, just a few low-level spots just farther away from it in Daytona. And then tomorrow, you're going to see a little more cloud cover and a bit of chance of rain farther westward into Gainesville and Cross City as well. Going over to western in the Florida and the Panhandle, do have a bit more cloud cover and some showers trying to make its way onto shore, but that's not really happening. And you see tomorrow we see a bit more rain as this front comes through and starts to bring a lot of rain conditions throughout. And as we look at the next 24 hours, you start to see where this low pressure system comes in the warm front. You see all these showers really situated over the Gulf, so not really impacting much of Florida. But down towards South Florida, they're seeing a lot of the rain as that warm front drapes over the state and brings some showers to Central and South Florida into Miami and Orlando. And then continuing going on, you see the rain kind of move up and you see some stronger showers come in Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening to North Florida, but those spotty showers really sticking around for South Florida throughout the week ahead. And you do have some strong rain moving into Gainesville at Wednesday night. This isn't exact where the rain will be, but a good estimate of where it will be. And as we go into tonight's forecast, those spotty showers really confined to the western Panhandle and the southern state. But again, another fine divide where that cold front is making its way through and just stalling out and coming back as a warm front. And then tomorrow we start to see those rain chances come back, warm conditions sticking around. But right now I'm going to give it over to Sloan, who's going to take a local look.
Yep. It's been a beautiful day again, as we said, here in Tallahassee. A beautiful sunset right there behind me at Doak. It's been mostly cloudy, though. We've had some sunshine for most of the day, but the clouds are beginning to move through the area. And we're currently at a temperature of about 69 degrees, so pretty comfortable outside. For much of the Big Bend region, we are in the 60s, higher 60s in Perry, Tallahassee, and Valdosta, but a bit lower up there in Thomasville and Bainbridge and Quincy. Comfortable for much of the Big Bend region and very dry. Last week we had a lot of moisture in the Big Bend, but we've dried out and we've had a high pressure along the East Coast right now, which has really caused us to be fairly dry these past few days, which is why Saturday was a beautiful beach day. But as it begins to move towards the East Coast, it's opening us up to some showers. We see the clouds coming into the picture for the Panhandle and Big Bend region of Tallahassee. And as we said in the National, that big story for the Southeast is the rain in Texas and south of Louisiana. For Tallahassee and the rest of the Big Bend, nothing happening. We have clouds moving along the I-10 corridor into the region, but these are expected to linger over the next few days, especially as those rain chances increase. Into the evening, we see a wind shift occur by tomorrow morning, having some showers pop up here or there. Earlier, Dylan said it's a good idea to keep that umbrella on you these next few days, just because a shower in Tallahassee could either downpour or it could just be like a little drizzle. So you never know how heavy it's going to be, especially in the afternoon. And we have the showers and the clouds. Some will shine through here or there, but not a lot. Into Thursday evening, we see the rain chances increase a bit more pop-up showers here or there, that 20% chance of rain. And by Wednesday is when the big story hits, as Dylan said, as we have a higher chance of showers. It's the highest chance this week. So this will be the day that you make sure you check the weather before you leave your apartment, maybe take the bus instead of walking to school or drive. So be sure you're checking the weather the next few days, just because we do have showers popping up. But hopefully by Wednesday afternoon, we do have the clouds dissipate a bit, the showers disappear, opening us up for some beautiful weather. For tomorrow morning, 53 degrees, cloudy, light winds, not a lot happening. But tonight we have the clouds lingering, as we said, with lows in the 50s. So a very comfortable night. It's still a good night to go out and do something. Tomorrow afternoon, 73 degrees and cloudy. And then waking up though, 57 as we already said, there's clouds in the picture and those rain changes aren't increasing beginning tomorrow. So be sure to look up the weather, make sure you're prepared before you leave the apartment, have that rain jacket on hand. But we're going to heat up to about 65 by noon and 71 degrees at 4 p.m. Looking at the next 7 days, we see rain chances increasing, as we've been saying. Those temperatures increasing a bit as well, as we go back to about 80 degrees on Friday. Thunderstorms in the picture here or there. Rain chances do increase again next week on Sunday and Monday, about 60%. So how do you feel about the rain, Dylan?
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it and not happy it's coming back, because I then get scared that my laptop will get wet and ruined. But I mean, we need it here. We're below average in terms of our rainfall in Tallahassee for this time of year. So it's not a bad thing nonetheless.
No, it would be a good idea to give us a bit more rain. Although our rivers and whatnot might not be able to handle it, we might have some flood warnings over the next few days, flash flood warnings, especially because a lot of our rivers impact low-level areas.
Yeah, definitely. But if you're heading out to the basketball game that's going on tonight at 7 o'clock, not bad conditions heading out. We're playing Notre Dame in our last 3 home games coming up. So we got one today, one on Saturday, and one next Tuesday. So not bad conditions if you're heading out today.
Just a few clouds here or there. Maybe wear a layer or two. It does get chilly in the Civic Center, so you might keep it on when you even go inside, but it's a good idea to have that sweatshirt on hand. Yeah,
it's going to start cooling off as we get into tonight, as it does much nights. It gets warm, and then it gets cold. Down to the 53 is our low for tomorrow morning. So we're going to get just a bit chillier, but not as cold as we've seen yesterday, because we have just a bit more cloud cover to keep the thermal radiation in and keep it just a bit warmer.
Yeah, a different story than what we saw late last week, when Saturday we were about 81 degrees, sunny, beach day. Everybody took advantage of that, pool days, but we don't have that in our future this week. So hopefully next week's a different story, but looking at 60% chance of rain on Monday.
Not fun. I mean, look, 59 degrees, that's more of a return to average for this time of year, just below average if I'm not mistaken. So that's good in terms of feeling like February. Well, that'll be March actually, because March starts on Friday, March 1st.
Yeah, Friday might feel a bit similar to what we feel in the summer, but be sure to follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather.
And you can also watch us live stream on YouTube if you are right now. Thank you, at FSU Weather.
Yeah, and you can also follow us on Instagram. We'll post pictures there, mind you. I don't know what I'm going to say now.
Especially over the next few days with a lot of weather occurring in our region, it'd be a good idea to go outside and take a few pictures and be sure to send them in. But for everybody here at FSU Weather, I'm student meteorologist Sloan Haynes.
And I'm student meteorologist Dylan Leith. Have a great night, folks.